These unlimited proudly presents.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 46 of the Diz Unlimited podcast. I am Rhino, and I'm going to be leading this fun Disney discussion today. Joining me at this, I don't want to say this table, these are different tables. Joining me for this discussion today are Dreams Unlimited travel agent Hannah Anderson.
Oh, hey.
And theme park correspondent Chloe Ferreira.
Hey, howdy, hey.
Hello.
Hello.
How's everybody doing?
We're
How
good.
y'all doing?
We good.
We're good. How you doing?
I don't know why I'm making such aggressive eye contact with you. How
I
you
know.
doing? How
Yeah,
you
I'm
doing?
feeling left out over here.
How you?
I'll lock it
Oh,
on you, Hannah.
okay, there we go.
How you doing? How
I
you
needed
doing?
that.
5 seconds of uninterrupted contact. This is great for our listeners. Okay. Before we get started today, I want to remind everybody that this and everything that we do here is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel. They are experts at helping you plan the perfect Disney vacation. When you book with them, it costs you nothing extra on your trip. You help support the channel and all of the content that we produce here. So check them out. DreamsUnlimitedTravel.com for a free, no obligation quote today. It is also brought to you by our Patreon supporters. We could not do this without you. If you want to learn more about how you can get exclusive content from different members of the Diz team, including our Patreon post show that is going to take place following this broadcast and will be live, you can head over to patreon.com/DizUnlimited. This is a live show today. I know last week we had a pre-recorded show that we scheduled as a premiere, so I just want people to know that we're always going to have our chat room open whenever we are able to do that. So whether it is live or a premiere, it'll be here. So we do appreciate. So hello to everybody that is actively participating in the chat. Hello to everybody who leaves a comment after the fact. Hey, and all you people who are listening to this, wherever you're listening, if you're driving in the car, watch out! Get your eyes on the road.
10 and 2.
But thanks for hanging out with us. For the people who never ever leave a comment and you're just watching in the shadows. Hey, I love it. You live that voyeuristic life.
That
Thank
was
you.
me.
Thank you. Thank
All
you.
the
Thank you.
time.
Hey, how was everyone's weekend?
Good.
And
It
no
feels
more.
like a
That was
million
it.
years
You only
ago.
got one. Yeah. Good.
It was good. It was good.
HHN again, you know
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
And I had another chill HHN weekend because once again,
I'd like to
You were out
specify
of town.
it was
Oh,
chill,
was out of
not
town.
chilly.
it was, yeah.
How was the weather?
There was one night this week, I think it was like Thursday or Friday, where I could feel a chill in the
No,
air.
I think it was
I don't-
Thursday.
I don't
I
believe you
remember
guys.
that.
But it was still just humid enough to where I'm like, no, I'm still, but I didn't sweat
Yeah.
that much.
Did you say human?
Ooh.
Humid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was just humid enough.
Yeah.
I
But
think
because,
I-
go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I think I've decided I will go back to HHN when I can wear a sweatshirt. So call me.
Okay. Well,
Okay, so the last
good
weekend-
luck. Yeah, I was going to say.
I'll be there October 31st. See you
Chloe
there.
and I.
November 1st.
Chloe and I were wearing hoodie. Like I had a hoodie and you had a sweater on.
Oh, like the
cardigan
second to
on.
last weekend.
Yeah, I think it was like it was. No. It was like November when we went with CJ because I have the video of the slow motion of us like walking
Oh,
through
yeah,
the
that's
fog.
right. You guys are all wearing like
And
jeans
I
and
was
stuff.
shocked. It was
Flannels.
crazy.
Yeah.
No, I was wearing shorts, but that's fine.
I was wearing jeans.
Yeah, you were wearing jeans.
And a sweater.
She
Yeah.
was born and raised in this humidity. She was born in the
I'm
darkness.
still not used to it. But Rhino was once again, unfortunately for me, out of town. Good for him.
Unfortunately
But,
for you, good for me is right. Yeah, go.
But my designated HHN buddy. So I went a little bit with some other friends, but other than that, I spent some time at home just relaxing, watching some spooky movies.
Oh, yeah, we
I
talked
watched
about that.
Mandy, which was really good, and I
Oh,
watched
Mandy.
not really Halloween, but it's gonna be a new Halloween tradition for me. Is the what's it called? Backstreet Boys All Access DVD or VHS? But
This is a deep cut for sure for you.
deep cut.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Chloe is not, in fact, a woman of the modern time. She is
Very nostalgic.
No, she's a ghost that visits us throughout.
Oh.
Like,
That's funny.
Wow, it's
Ghost
pretty
from the
accurate
90s.
actually.
I almost said a spoiler for a movie that's out right now.
Oh,
don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Hey, we all found out
the
before the
treehouse.
show that we're all Backstreet fans.
We did.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll talk about that on the Patreon show today.
Backstreet before
Backstreet Boys
NSYNC.
content coming at you.
Yeah.
How about you guys? How was your weekend?
It was good. I went home to.
You had a good weekend.
Yeah, what'd you do?
No, I want to talk about your weekend. Yours
Well,
was
no,
fun.
it's fine. I went home to Massachusetts and then drove to Maine for a wedding. My cousin got married. It was really cool. Beautiful campground they'd found. Can't remember the name of any of it, but it was a long journey because flying from Orlando to Boston and then getting from Boston to Carver and then going from Carver into this place in Maine. So every day I was like traveling like 4 or 5 hours, except for Saturday. But I will tell you, it was literally not, in Carver. It rained all day on the day we were gone, and it was raining a little bit the day I got there. But when we were in Maine, it was like that perfect fall weather that I missed so much, where it was like no humidity, but you could wear shorts and a t-shirt if you wanted to. You could wear jeans and a flannel, which I did one day if you wanted to. You could wear a hoodie with shorts, like any of that stuff. It was sort of that catch-all perfect weather where like any outfit you wanted, you'd be comfortable and not sweaty in. And I was just like, this is
I
that
don't know what that
sweet
feels
spot.
like anymore.
Yeah, well, it was just one of those gifts, and I just loved it. We did since my cousin got married on this campground, at each one of the nights there was a campfire set up, and it was like, so
man.
there was
S'mores.
Hey, you hear about these marshmallows? They're square now.
Oh.
So they go
yes.
right into the s'more,
Yeah.
slide them off. It's great. Yeah.
Like they're little flattened a little bit, right?
Yeah. I got to tell you, too, what's the craziest thing, being a Disney fan, like a lot of our viewers and listeners and everything out
Like
there,
we are?
like all of us, it is like, you go home, and I had, like, my Halloween jacket's the Mickey Mouse jacket I wear in the Patreon after show sometimes. And then I brought, like, an Oogie Boogie sweatshirt, and then all this stuff, like, all these things where I was just like, and I go up there, and everyone is wearing something out of what I call the beige boating J. Crew catalog is what it
Oh,
looks
I think
like.
those are my people.
And I am like, someone did a highlighter on me, and it was like, look at that. Look at the gay. No,
Say
I'm just kidding.
hey.
Look at the Disney adult
Say
coming
hey
through.
if you're gay.
I know.
What about you, Hannah? What'd you do?
I had kind of a sad weekend. Not really. I threw a going away party for some friends that are moving back home, and that just happens too dang often here in Orlando. And I'm becoming the person who's like been here the longest on my friend group, and that's making me sad. So everybody keeps moving away.
It's one of those things that people never tell you about moving to Florida. Is it's a very transient
Yeah,
state. Like
they
people
come,
and
they
go,
go.
and it's like, what is that Alice in Wonderland where the Cheshire Cats is like people come and go here so often or something? I can't remember what it is.
That's very
but
sad. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to be back with you two. Teresa
Welcome home.
is not with us today again.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll have her back next week. She's
Yeah,
always
we miss
welcome.
her.
She knows that. We love her. We miss her. Again, if you didn't hear, her beloved cat Klaus has passed away, unfortunately, and so I know it's a very, very difficult time for her, and I can't even begin to imagine that sort of heartache she's feeling. So
Yeah.
I told her to take all the time that you need. We're always here for you, however you grieve.
Absolutely.
So just know that you're not alone. We before we get too far into it, we're gonna have some fun. We're talking holidays.
Ooh.
I know I'm wearing a trick or treat shirt right now, but I needed something Halloween. I got my spooky shirts, and this is the time of year to wear them. So, but we're talking a little bit of Jollywood Nights. We're gonna be having a Halloween discussion at the end of the show, and just a couple of like Disney discounts and things like that are coming at you. But for people in and around, who are coming to Florida or live in Florida or whatever, I just want to let you know there is a storm coming. It's on.
And it's not just
way.
me.
Yeah, it's not Hurricane Hannah. God, I can't wait for the day where it is called Hurricane Hannah.
It's happened.
On Monday afternoon, the Florida governor declared a state of emergency for 41 counties ahead of potential tropical cyclone 9, which is expected to become Hurricane Helene, which as of this morning now, that emergency state of emergency does include Orange and Osceola County. And if you didn't know, those counties include Walt Disney World. So just be wary with travel plans, flights, things like that. And of course, if you want to stay updated, we're going to have more and more information of that coming out. So you can check out WDWinfo.com, DisneyInfo.com for more information, and we'll keep you there. But are you to hurricane prepped, as they say? Chloe, I'd invite you to come hang out with me, but if it becomes a hurricane, but you got a little doggy. My doggies hate doggies.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm like, please come to my house. I want to hang out with Cubby.
Oh. Yeah, I'd love to.
I would love that.
Yeah, I'm prepped. I got snacks. I got water always. So let's hope for the best.
I think
I grew up
water's
here, so
it's always water, right? Just make sure you have enough water.
and dry goods that you don't need
Yeah,
power
like Oreos.
to make. Lots of Oreos, canned soup. I grew up in Florida.
Canned soup. You're having a lot of cold soups. Gross.
You know.
But I guess you're right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
what
like
do
the
you-
tuna packets.
I've
I like everything to be real fishy.
I've survived. I've survived category 4 and 5. I think there were
was it
ultimately
Charlie?
a 4. No, Charlie was like the year I was born, I believe. But there was Ivan Francis and some other one
I'm thinking
back
of Francis,
in 2004, 2005, and I got some trauma from that, man.
Girl, that one was like, I remember coming
was
down not
something.
long after that, and the trees were like 90-degree angles down here, the whole way, like from the Florida line down.
So,
It was crazy.
I'll just say this really quickly. My dad was working on a project at a high school, so we actually were able to stay in this like really safe building that was technically under construction, kind of, but it sounds bad. But it was a high school theater, like a new theater building, and we camped out like on the stage of the theater.
Oh, wow.
But the wind hitting the roof at
Yeah.
night, it sounded like screams, and it was so
Yeah.
scary to me. And I was only like 12 or 13,
Yeah.
and that was wild. But seeing the destruction afterwards, and our house was fine after, but living on a generator for a couple days or however long it was. Portable DVD player was
because we all had
my
them.
sister's entertainment. Yeah, it was great.
It's a big
So
deal.
it's a time for sure.
I've been kind of surprised. So I grew up with hurricanes. My dad is retired Coast Guard, so I've always lived on the water. I lived in Mississippi during Hurricane Katrina. So I'm kind of confident with hurricanes. Like I got my water, I got my Pop-Tarts, got my flashlights. I'm ready. But the only thing I would say here is that there is potential flooding. And that was one thing that surprised me. What was that? Irma, a couple of years ago, is that certain areas of Lake Kissimmee, like if you back up to Shingle Creek, that area floods really bad. So if you think you're okay, but they're calling for an evacuation, you definitely need to leave. Because I was shocked. Like where I live, it was not that bad, but where I worked at the time, there are people that lost their homes and they had flooding up to the roofs. And so anyways, so just take it seriously. Be careful.
I will say too, if you happen to be at Walt Disney World when a big storm like that happens, Disney World's buildings are the most safe that they can be. Like
it gives me comfort knowing it's been here for 50 years with, knock on wood, without major damage, right?
They're built, they surpass the codes that are needed to have these hotels here. And I remember after that bad experience I was just talking about as a kid, my family vowed to just stay on property here from now on for bigger storms. And we ended up staying at like Pop Century a couple of times, and it was so nice. Like this was years ago, but I remember housekeeping came around with flashlights and made sure that everybody was okay before the storm hit. And then we slept through it. And the next day there were like palm trees snapped in half by the pools. Jeez. And like the parks were closed, I think, until the afternoon that day. But there was so much destruction, but like we barely even heard it just being in our little Pop Century room. So if you happen to be here, you're at a safe place.
Well, that's always my backup plan, actually, is like a lot of times my family will be like, why don't you come home? And I'm like, no, because if I lose power or something happens, I'm just going to go to Disney World. Yeah. Because you can, and if we're in a state of emergency, you can bring your pet for no additional fee. So you wouldn't have to follow like the standard pet policies for staying at a hotel at Disney. So, especially if you stay at a resort that you're connected to the main lobby, like they will have character meet and greets and special activities. And so you will be well taken care of at Walt Disney World. So
that to say, this hurricane doesn't look, or tropical storm doesn't look like it's going to be that big of a deal. But
don't jinx it.
I think
What's
it is.
wrong with you?
Okay,
I just don't think it's hitting here. So it has the potential to be
I'm sorry.
like a category 4, but it's going to hit in the panhandle curve of Florida. So
okay, I don't want to talk about this anymore.
All right.
Sorry,
Let's talk about happy stuff.
We're talking about this way too long. We have too much stuff to talk about.
It's a Jim Cantorian me.
They are correct, but I did want to that was just supposed to be a quick blurb of just if you're traveling down here, make sure you're staying updated with your airline, your flights, and obviously if you booked with Dreams Unlimited Travel, your agent can help you out with if you have to move or shift anything around. So don't forget about that. It's not going to cost you anything, but that's why you have travel agents. Okay. You know what else I completely forgot to put up?
What?
There's the hurricane. So right now, if you are watching this is kind of the projected this morning.
Let's stop talking
you
about it.
You didn't want to talk about it anymore.
I didn't, but Jimmy helped me make the slides today, and I was like, whoops, I don't want to waste one. So we are going to move on because we got lots to talk about today. Glisten. So you're wondering what's Glisten? Well, Glisten. It's not a new shaving cream. In fact, so if you all know me, here we go. If
Okay.
you all know me, you know that I am a Halloween gal through and through. Obviously, you know I am wearing my Halloween shirt today. I did tell myself the other day, this is a big move for me, that this year I'm going to commit to the holiday season as soon as I can with the same dedication that I commit to the Halloween season with. So
I'm gonna hold you to that.
I refuse to switch over, though, until November 5th. Okay, so Halloween Horror Nights ends November 3rd. That's a Sunday. I shall grieve on the Monday, November 4th, and then I shall be merry on the 5th. On the 5th day, he was merry. And the first Mickey's Very Merry Halloween party. Well, I clearly can't move on.
Yeah, okay.
The first Mickey's, well, I just spit everywhere, too, if you're watching this. The first Mickey's Very Merry Christmas party is on November 8th, which we will be attending. And then the very first Disney Jollywood Nights is on the 9th, which we will also be attending. I'm not looking forward to this weekend. I mean, I am looking forward to that weekend. Well,
You need to check yourself.
It's an insane amount of work to be able to film, edit, and then be ready to go the next night. It's basically I have about in that time frame, I'm gonna not sleep for about 40 hours probably.
But the memories we'll make.
Yeah, I don't
and
care.
the marshmallows we'll eat.
I do care. I am looking forward to the event this year. And speaking of Jollywood Nights specifically, over this last week we've got a bunch of new updates. So we're gonna talk about all of those. So I'm just horsing around. It is going to be a lot of fun. I actually really do enjoy doing these opening nights of events. You know, sometimes they go better than others, but here's the thing, and we're going to talk about it later in the show, is that a sold-out party, because almost all the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween parties are sold out, is a sold-out party. So whether it's the first night of the first time an event happens, that's crazy. You know, and sometimes it can be a little crazy, you know, just being that first night, but I like the excitement that's in the air around it. And I like doing, you know, and I like capturing it. I like figuring out how to do all that stuff. And I really enjoyed our food and wine video that we did, and that was on the first day. And I was real jazzed about the Halloween party until it got rained out. But I'm excited for when we go on October 1st. For a redo, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about Jollywood Nights. So first up, there is a new ice skating spectacular that was talked about a while back. So this isn't new news that there is an ice skating spectacular called Glisten. That's the name. We got the name. It's going to take place on Hollywood Boulevard several times throughout each Jollywood evening. The show will star international champion skaters as they perform intricate routines set to holiday soundtrack, including original songs and Disney favorites such as Be Our Guest. You know, the really classic holiday song, Be Our Guest, and When You Wish Upon a Star. So set show times are 8:15 p.m., 9:15 p.m., 10:30 p.m., 11:15 p.m., and 12:15 a.m. Now, there is a behind-the-scenes look that you can find following a link in the description of this video where you'll learn more about Glisten, which will feature festive costumes, shimmering music. How does music shimmer?
I feel like it should be shimmering costumes.
Yeah, it should be shimmering costumes, festive music, and glittering projections on the iconic Chinese theater.
We'll have to find out.
Because I think shimmering is a physical thing, right? Much like... No, I'm not going to get into it. Anyway, so more details are going to be released on that soon, because the thing that I'm really curious about, I don't know about you, I know that the concept art to me looks like this is going to be an ice skating rink right in front of the Chinese theater, right?
I think so.
How?
There's that huge stage area.
No. Where does it go during the day, though?
Oh.
Yeah. Like, how are they going to bring out an ice skating rink?
But they do that at SeaWorld. How they do it at SeaWorld. You know, they have ice skating.
Freeze all the fish for the winter?
Oh no.
I'm excited they have so many show times, because I feel like that's going to help. It's not going to be as big of a commitment. Like, you can maybe happen upon it and not have to stake out a spot early. So.
Yeah, I am excited for that, and I am hoping it is in that area, because it did say Hollywood Boulevard, which is pretty much the whole entryway,
Street,
right?
Yeah.
Like for up that thing, and I thought it was going to be in the street, which is fine. I would have loved to have seen it too, but I think if it's up in the Chinese theater area, it definitely gives a lot more like 360 viewing almost, maybe.
Yeah.
But I am so fascinated about the logistics of how this comes and goes and gets. But I'm sure this is nothing new, and they've done it other places, like you just said, SeaWorld and stuff. But I think this is going to be fun, right?
I'm
think
excited
this is
for
cool.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be good.
And I think as we go through more of these details, because I'm going to turn it over to Chloe in a second here, because she's thrilled about this next one, giving us some Muppety details. But I think from what we're going to go through here is exciting in terms of it being like the guest feedback from last year, I hope was listened to, where there's going to be a lot more offerings. I know neither of the two of you went. I asked you before the show, so I'll give a little bit of input on my experience. But hey, Chloe, tell us about your felt friends. Yeah, you like that?
Feels
You
like
that?
Christmas. I'm so excited. Okay, yeah. So Glisten, we're excited for it.
Chloe. It's called Glisten. Glisten up, baby.
So Disney dropped some Jollywood updates, including the Glisten details, right? And we have more to come as well. But within this like post that they had, I noticed some Muppet details that I have to talk about. So we all know that Kermit and Miss Piggy host the Theater of the Stars show. It's like there's like princesses and Mickey and Minnie come out. It's like this little pageantry.
It's supposed to be like a very like the vibe I got from it last year was like classic,
like old Hollywood,
like an old
holiday
retro,
special.
holiday special,
Yeah.
which is cute. It fits in with Hollywood Studios. Great.
But we've got live in the felt Muppets, which rarely happens at the theme parks
I love
nowadays.
that live
So
in the
it's
felt.
live in the felt. Coin that.
Like in the flesh. Oh my God, you should make T-shirts.
That was cute.
Wow.
I should write articles.
You should write articles. Should get a writer.
But one of the little surprises that I noticed is there was going to be photo ops around the park, kind of like I guess how we have right now the Mickey's Not So Scary. There's like the Headless Horseman and the 20,000 Leagues walk-in photo ops. But there's going to be a Muppets Christmas Carol one
Hey, girl.
at Jollywood. And also, of all locations, it's going to be set inside the Stage One Company store, which is the old Muppets gift shop. So I'm like, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? What are you
Toying
thinking?
with our emotions.
Are we kind of like play testing something? So Muppets Christmas Carol and Jollywood are made for each other at this point. Like, I'm so glad we have, even if it's just a photo op, I'm glad they're starting to
what do you
play
think,
with this idea.
In terms of that photo op, what are you thinking? You thinking it's like the kind like they've been doing outside of Animal Kingdom for the last couple of years, where it's like that 3-dimensional box one?
Yeah.
You know, they had the Headless Horseman
That's what I was talking
at Magic
about.
Kingdom.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like gonna
Did
be
they
like that.
say that's what it's going to be?
It says photo opportunity, one themed to a behind the scenes of the Muppets Christmas Carol.
You know what I would
does that
So
love?
what does
mean?
behind the scenes mean?
Yeah.
I would love more than anything, and I think I text you this too, is so here's the thing. Universal Studios Florida has been having every season we get these gorgeous, very like themed shopping experiences. You know, they've done they did one that was all Jurassic Park themed for the anniversary. They've done like one that's like a right now
the Mega Video
it's still
store.
open, I think. Yeah, it's a video store that leads into an arcade that leads into a movie theater. You know, and it celebrates kind of retro
big
stuff like Jaws,
blockbusters.
Ghostbusters, and Shrek and stuff like that. And then you know, Halloween Horror Nights, we always get these really intricately themed tribute stores. I would love to see Disney start doing something like that. And I think that space in the Muppets area would be great. I mean, Muppets, I feel like, have enough sort of films and specials to kind of span more holidays. I mean, you've said it before, Muppets Haunted Mansion. Please remember this part of the conversation for later in the show, because I think it's going to be very important. But I would have loved it if it was actually like you stepped into a scene from the movie.
No,
or something,
absolutely.
you know? I know that space maybe isn't available there, but I feel like I would love to see Disney start doing sort of maybe these like temporary and not as an answer too. I just want to see their version.
Yeah.
You know, it's not about competition. It's not about being like, hey, Bozo, get on it. Like, it's just literally about being like, I'd love to see it here with these properties, you know?
Yeah. No, absolutely. Especially like a limited time thing at a hard ticketed event. I feel like they could put something together. But yeah. The other thing at Jollywood that is Muppety.
Yeah.
We learned that our Wonder Made marshmallow gift is, first of all, the flavor is called Break Out the Bubbly. So champagne flavored marshmallows. Are you kidding me? So excited about that.
Yeah.
But the box is Kermit and Miss Piggy themed. And the design, the art style is just like any other, you know, Jollywood Nights designs. can they please put this on a T-shirt?
Right.
I'm just asking for a T-shirt.
Give us a
That's
print.
all I want.
You know, something.
Ooh,
I'll buy a
print would be
postcard
good.
for $10.
Yeah.
Sure. So this teasing of more Muppets at Jollywood is killing me because there's nothing besides this free marshmallow box that we can like take from it.
Yeah.
So
If you are wondering about these, I can't believe I just did that. Unintentional. If you're wondering about these Wonder Made marshmallows, our Patreon supporters, there's going to be a exclusive video up there. It's one of the days this week. I don't think I published it yet, but I edited it. And we went because Teresa loves these marshmallows. All four of us went to the Wonder Made stand at Disney Springs, tried some of the flavors, and then they had a deal where it was like buy 3 get 1 free, or I think it was something like 6, 9. I don't forget how many she bought. She bought a ton of the packs.
Yeah, she did.
Mm-hmm.
And we tried a whole bunch of them on camera and everything, and we talk about it. So there'll be a video up there. I know you're like, why isn't that on the regular channel? Well, here's the thing. It's like herding cats sometimes, and I think it was more to be like everybody was very excited, so it was fun to just capture the whole thing like that. So
it was chaos.
Yeah, it was one of those. But when I was editing it back, it's like a fun video. So
Yeah.
so check that out because that excites me very much that we're getting the marshmallows as a gift. Last year we got some 3D printed coasters. They're fine.
I didn't see what they looked like.
Yeah.
I have a set I can show you.
Something that I need though. I wish there was more merchandise around this, but whatever. The Santa Gertie cookie.
Yeah,
I need to have one of
that
those.
was a missed
so I hope the line
opportunity.
is not terribly long when we go.
Yeah, I still haven't had one of those. I know we are getting merchandise this year because we talked about it in a show a couple of weeks ago with a lot of the gingerbread
Ollie.
fella. Ollie. That fella.
Yeah. No Muppets.
But
Yeah, or no Gertie.
we don't know that yet.
Yeah.
But we'll see. But I would love a lug bag that's like a Muppet themed one.
I'll
yeah,
take
can
an
you imagine?
unbranded, non-Jollywood branded Muppets Christmas Carol collection. I'll take that.
That would be
That'd
really
be fine.
good.
Put that in the Stage 1 store.
Well, we don't know.
Roosevelt's or somebody like that should do that. Just saying.
Well, I don't know anybody.
Yeah, but if we did.
Okay, well, we also have some more updates about it. We got some things. So we talked about the Muppets, and there's more characters coming than just the old Muppets. There, again, everybody who leaves the party, who's going to the party, is getting one of these boxes that we have on the screen here. And
I
Chloe's
hope
right.
mine
I'm
make
looking
it
forward
home.
to that
That's what I'm worried about.
thing. But we have an update. Oh, I did these in the wrong order. Sorry, that man is
Who's that?
playing his best life.
Oh.
We've got an update on
Your
some
fave.
of the characters that will be returning and some new favorites for the party. So for returning characters, we've got Phineas and Ferb, Max Goof as Powerline, Rescue Rangers Chip and Dale, Santa Stitch. Those are all of them are appearing at Echo Lake. And what's cool about their photo ops is you can't maybe necessarily tell from the picture that is on the screen, but they're very like Christmas themed, and the trees are kind of decorated to their characters as well. We're also going to have Santa Duffy, who's going to be on Grand Avenue. We've got Edna Mode and Frozone at Pixar Plaza. We got Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, and Daisy Duck on Hollywood Boulevard near Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Goofy and Pluto appearing by Pixar Plaza. Minnie Mouse appearing at Red Carpet Dreams on Commissary Lane, and more. Ever heard of them? That's Chloe's joke. I took it. There are going to be new characters as well, including Baloo and King Louie from Tailspin. The fact that I can now meet Tailspin Baloo, I'm going to lose my mind because I love Tailspin. We've got Jose Caraca or Panchito from the Three Caballeros. It says or.
Yeah, it's
So
or.
they're rotating.
It's also I need to update that little tidbit too. It's also Baloo or King Louie. It's not both of them.
Okay. Which is fine. And here's the thing. I'm really here for Baloo. King Louie is like, whatever. Get out of here. Your long arms creep me out. We got Bo Peep or Lotso from Toy Story at Toy Story Land. And then I think this is super smart because one of the biggest sort of dings we had is that there was nothing really going on special in Galaxy's Edge. Well, you're going to be able to spot the Mandalorian back there. So some happenings going on because I was like, they need to be able to draw the crowds a little further back, I think. And hello, Star Wars has a built-in holiday, which is
Life Day.
Life Day, and they celebrate it on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get a merch line here, and that's it.
Yeah.
Sad.
Just a bunch of Snuggies with hoods. Now, one of the I felt like what was one of the biggest disappointments from last year, not this gentleman, but his picture was used for the media event. Actually, I like this guy's suit. is Jazzy Holidays at the Hollywood Brown Derby, which will be returning this season. Now, during Jazzy Holidays, guests can enjoy craft cocktails and indulge in an event-exclusive menu of light bites while a pianist, everyone, grow up,
There he is.
plays smooth holiday tunes. This is a separate dining event within the main event, and guests can now reserve their spot if they'd like. So here's the thing. We did do this last year. It was like the first thing we went to because I felt like that first year it was kind of sold as like the Hollywood Brown Derby is going to be decked out in like these Christmas ornaments. It's going to be holiday tunes on the piano, and it's going to be special offerings. It really wasn't. The only thing that was kind of special was there was a piano and there was like some holly right by the piano, and that was it. And while we were there were barely any Christmas songs played.
Oh.
And the service was so slow. It was like, because I thought it was just going to be like, order the app, like ready to go. It was not. We ended up having to be like, we just got to go. Like, can we just like leave? And so I thought it sucked up a lot of time for a really, really short event. I think the event might have been shorter last year. I could be incorrect. So it was one of those where I'm almost like, I think there are other better things to do than this. And I kind of wish Jazzy Holidays, I wish this was the Brown Derby did this as part of like a daytime offering. And then there was maybe a special menu at night or something. Because I do feel like Hollywood Studios lends itself to a really fun, like sort of retro looking Christmas sort of thing. And I think Brown Derby would like, I mean, it's always busy there, but I think it would be like a home run if this thing was like decked out in like silver tinsel, silver Christmas trees,
Give us a bunch
sort
of
of things.
Yeah, give us a bunch of Christmas trees. I remember seeing the decorations, and it was just like a couple little sad pieces of garland.
Yeah, that's
around
not
the
good.
piano area.
Especially not if you're selling
we need
it
some trees
as-
and lights and give us
They
a
should have turned it
LA
into a
Christmas
lounge
decorations.
experience with like
I think so too. That's what
specialty
I thought.
cocktails and
It almost last year, the advertising almost kind of sounded like it was going to be more of a lounge. And I feel like with the space that is out there, that's under where whatever the Stars place was, it's between like right as you're taking the bend. So you've got where you would go into the Brown Derby Lounge. They need to take over that seating area, that empty general seating area over there.
Yes, it was Starring Rolls Cafe.
That's it. Starring
Yeah.
Rolls Cafe. And, put how hard is it to install one light
Yeah.
that changes color?
Yep.
And, and just
One light that changes color.
Yeah. Hey, listen, do
No,
what we
those
did.
little-
Order some Christmas lights on Amazon and hang them from the
No,
ceiling.
it's the old color wheel on the
Oh,
silver
for the
Christmas
tree.
tree from the 60s.
Yeah,
It was like
girl.
the little rotating color wheel. Yeah,
That'd be
let's do
nice.
that.
So for anybody who's interested, Disney's Jollywood Nights. I don't know what word I just said. Disney's Jolly, not Disney's. Good Lord, I missed the days of apostrophe S. Disney Jollywood Nights will take place select nights from November 9th through December 21st of this year, and tickets are now available. You can reach out to a Dreams Unlimited travel agent if you're looking to book one of those, because they can do that for you. I've got a general Walt Disney World update here that I thought was important, because beginning today, Walt Disney World has updated their terms to their Disability Access Service, the DAS program, extending the validity period from 120 days to 240 days. Disney significantly updated the DAS program back in May. I have a slide for this. Let's not be crazy here, so people know what we're talking about. Great. It's a spooky mouse. I've clicked the wrong one. All right, there we go. Disney significantly updated the DAS program back in May, narrowing the qualifications to possibly obtain the service to guests who, due to a developmental disability like autism or similar, are unable to wait in a conventional queue for an extended period of time. This greatly reduced the number of qualified guests. Despite the backlash of many, Disney has continued with their updated eligibility requirements. Those that do still qualify for the program will be welcoming today's change. Before the changes in May 2024, DAS eligibility Lord, would be valid for up to 30 days. After May's changes went into effect, the validity period was extended to 120 days, and now Walt Disney World has extended that period to 240 days. This Walt Disney World's website reflects the following update, quote, "How long is DAS valid? Answer, DAS is valid for the length of the ticket or up to 240 days, whichever is shorter. Once the service has lapsed, guests need to re-register for the program." That's that. To discuss these changes with our DIS community, head over to the Disabilities, all capitalized, discussion forum at disboards.com. If you're unfamiliar with disboards.com, it is a resource of some of like a mass resource. I don't know how to call it. It's just insane. Mm-hmm. It's like the ins and outs, the intricacies. These people are a wealth of knowledge over there. So if you've got a question, that's like so specific and weird, because this happens to me all the time. I'll be like, this is such a weird thing to ask, and like they know it. They know it. So
it was my go-to place when I was a young theme park nerd. Disboards was one of the places that I would ask questions and read stories and.
I thought it was LiveJournal.
Answer my own. No. Tumblr.
You never wrote on LiveJournal? Oh, you're a Tumblr girl?
No.
Me too, girl. Let's not get into those days. So I just wanted to keep everybody updated on that. And with that, I think we're actually going to turn it over to Hannah to hear some of today's Disney deals. Disney deals.
Hey.
I'm working on
a jingle.
Yeah,
for
I
me.
think there needs to be like a jingle and a graphic.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the Discount Diva's back, baby.
Oh,
I got some
Discount
more
Diva!
savings tips for you.
Yes, honey.
So we had some comments last week after our first segment. People had some really great ideas. So I'm going to read a couple of those and give you a few extras for free. So one of the tips is the Swan and Dolphin and the Swan Reserve. Here on property at Disney World, you can book them as a Walt Disney World package. You can book them through your travel agent, but they're often priced more like a moderate resort, but they come with deluxe resort perks. So you get the early morning entry, which all Disney resorts do, but you also get the evening extended hours, which typically only deluxe resorts get. And you've got the watercraft transportation to Hollywood Studios, and you're close to Epcot, and you have all those amazing restaurants there. So don't forget about the Swan and Dolphin. Another tip was somebody suggested that, hey, you don't have to just be a kid to order a kid's meal. And that doesn't always work for me. Mama's hungry. But I am going to start highlighting some of the best places to order kids' meals, because if you mobile order them in the app, you can get like so crazy with your sides. So, for example, I took my son to Regal Eagle over the weekend, and for mac and cheese, kid loves mac and cheese, but then you could get any of the sides that you wanted with it. So like we ordered sides for us. So there are places where I think that's a good deal. I know the cheeseburger pods, you can get one of those over at Satuli Canteen over in Animal Kingdom as a kid's meal. Also, the breakfast kids meals are really good because you can get like 2 Mickey waffles and bacon and potatoes and a chocolate milk or an apple juice or coffee or whatever. So
the resorts often have like kids Mickey waffle meals, and they come with whipped cream and sprinkles sometimes.
Ooh.
And sometimes that just makes it all the more special for a grown up,
Yeah, that's right. And you're saving some money while you do it too.
Yeah.
And then our last tip from a listener is maybe look at getting a Disney Visa. So I have one of these. I can personally vouch for them. You earn points. So as you book your Disney vacation, you're going to get points for that. And those points turn into Disney dollars that you can then use on vacation for literally anything. You can use it for souvenirs. You can use it for dining. You can then even use those points to help pay off your vacation. And then also if you book a Disney World package or a Disney Cruise Line vacation, it's interest free on your Disney Visa for 6 months. So that kind of gives you a way to do your own payment plan. So those were our tips from last week. Thank you for everybody who submitted those, and let us know your other tips. And then my tip for this week is, I know we talked about the Disney Destiny a little bit because you can now book it, guys. But we're finding that the prices for the Destiny for 2025 and 2026 are a lot of times less expensive than the Disney Wish. And I know, sometimes people are like, oh, but the Wish sails out of Port Canaveral and it's close to MCO and Walt Disney World. But you can take the Bright Line from Orlando International Airport all the way to Fort Lauderdale. And as long as you book that in advance, there's some really great deals out there. Or if you're thinking about it, sign up for the Bright Lines email notifications, because they'll send out coupons and deals. And it's a really easy way to get down there. You can upgrade your tickets and do more of like a concierge service where they include like food and drinks. And then the great thing as a toddler parent is you don't need a car seat for that. So I know when we're thinking about traveling, it's always like, do we have to bring the car seat? But you don't have to on the Bright Line. So just one other way to kind of extend your Disney Cruise Line vacation. You can take it back up to Orlando, do a couple days at Walt Disney World, and then do that round trip flight out of Orlando International. So yeah, think about the Disney Destiny, think about Fort Lauderdale next time you're cruising.
And like Hannah said, if you want to leave us comments and contribute in different ways about like your tips and tricks and deals or things that you've seen that maybe you're like, oh, hey, I actually noticed this a big. It's always helpful because it's like we look at those comments, we look at those things coming in and everything. You know what I'd love to do a discussion, maybe we'll do it next week or one of these weeks, is, excuse me while I reach the microphone out of my shirt, is I'm going to do a magic trick, is
Careful.
like travel things, the weirdest thing that we travel with that helps us in a specific way. Like an example for me is one of those where I would always tell people, if you're coming to Florida, I know this is weird, but bring Ziploc bags with you.
Oh, I bring Ziplocs
because of how wet you'll get. But also I'm like, if you go somewhere or there's something you want to bring back that has a liquid in it, I roll stuff in the Ziploc bags. And I like to go to breweries, and I don't always plan on bringing something back, but every now and then there might be a can or two, and you're just like, you know what, I want to bring this back for somebody, or I want it for me later, and I zip, roll. Anyway, that's for another day. I just thought that would be a fun. Yeah. I think that might be like a fun discussion topic or whatever. But thank you for that, Hannah.
Thank you.
Now I'd like to, before we move on to our discussion from the show, remind everybody who's watching out there, if you haven't hit that thumbs up button yet, this would be a great time to do it. It helps us out, immensely. And so just take a second, click that thumbs up. Thank you, everybody. All right. So I didn't really tell you both, but I did send Chloe the notes right before we started recording. So now I've blown the lid off of the secret that I was keeping here.
Oh.
Mickey's Halloween Party is now sold out all nights except for one, basically, right? I believe as
October 21st.
Yeah, as of us starting recording that one's still open. So it could have sold out while we were recording or something like that. That's a Monday. It's the only available date. Now, I don't know if it's true. I don't know if this is true at all, but I feel like this year has had more sold out dates than I remember in a while. I could be completely wrong on that, but it is September 24th today. It's just how I feel. I feel like I'm seeing it sell out a lot more, or at least like at a different rate or something. I don't know. It could be the weather. It could be whatever. And I did this discussion last year with Erica in my very first episode of Tap House Talks, which I originally called Baseline Babes.
Oh.
And I want you both to know all three of us are Baseline Babes.
Oh,
here,
yeah.
Okay?
That's our new name. Absolutely.
But that is our chat. That is
Baja
our chat.
No,
It's
Baja Bus.
That's it. Yeah.
Don't let them know our secrets.
Yeah.
Baseline/Baja Bus Babes.
But I do want to bring this discussion here while we have a live chat going, and I have both of you because you were not part of that discussion. So there are 2 hard ticket Halloween events here at Walt Disney World. Holiday, baby.
Yeah.
Thank you for correcting
only
me. I
have one.
appreciate it.
We have one Halloween.
There's a lot of words today. How you doing?
Hot and heavy.
Halloween. Hot and heavy. She says as she sips her water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's spicy.
Okay, so there are 2 hard ticket holiday events here at Walt Disney World. We have Mickey's Very Merry Halloween Party. Sweet Jesus. We have Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party.
Take a breath right now.
And Disney Jollywood Nights. I really should not be drinking Celsius anymore.
No.
Now, with the popularity
Please don't kick me in the face again.
with the popularity of Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, I want to have a little daydream moment here about where and what a second Halloween event could look like at Walt Disney World. So we're going to have that chat.
Girl, I have these in my night dreams,
Have
too.
a little night dream, daydreams, whatever dreams. What park would each of you be seeing this set at?
Hollywood Studios.
Yeah, Hollywood Studios.
I feel like Hollywood Studios is the obvious choice, again, because there are because it also does the second Christmas party, but also like I feel like at Epcot, you know, since it is consistently always closing at 9, I feel like it doesn't really work the same way. Also, I don't know that Halloween is celebrated in as many countries and stuff, and I would actually prefer to see a Halloween celebration at Epcot during the day, the same way that they do the Santa or the holiday, the festival of the
Halloween
holidays
around the world.
I'd love to see something like that
Do you
because
like Dias de los Muertos?
well, right, I was going to say because that's not even really Halloween, but it is sort of like in that way of like celebrating the dead and you know our lost loved ones and things like that. I'd love something like that there, but I do think Hollywood Studios is the answer. Now I want to know what activities do we see happening there?
I would like to see
Chloe,
something.
would you
I
like
got
to
a lot of
see
ideas.
A Muppets Haunted Mansion, something or other happen there?
I would. I mean, that would be. I think that should be a seasonal overlay that's happening at the Magic Kingdom attraction year.
Honey,
on
it
an
ain't
annual
never
basis.
going to happen.
You never know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
these are our
I don't.
dreams.
Yeah,
Come
yeah,
on.
we're daydreaming here. No, I mean, I'd love an activation. If we're gonna get technical
God,
of
I
sorts
hate
of
that
Muppets Haunted
That's what they
Mansion,
call it.
something, anything, please. A merchandise collection, a photo opportunity, some limited time meet and greet, something. If we can't get the seasonal overlay, sure. But Tower of Terror. Do you guys know there is a
Heard of it?
You guys ever heard of it? There is a year-round jack-o'-lantern in the window at the exit of the Hollywood Tower
Oh,
Hotel.
yes. Yeah.
Because it takes place
Yes, it
on
does.
Halloween night.
Wait, for real?
Yeah, at the
Yeah.
Tip Top Club.
I take a picture of it anytime I think of it. When I come back
I
here.
didn't know that because I've only done it like 2 or 3 times, I think. So
Yeah,
I
so
just
like you
forget
know
that.
the gift shop, the
Oh.
exit through the gift shop. When you go outside, there's like 2 window displays, and one of them has like 1 or 2 jack-o'-lanterns in it, like full of spider webs, and I love that. So I'd love to see them play
Girl,
up
that was literally going to be
Halloween
my number
night
one. Oh,
storyline.
my dream.
At Tower of Terror. That would. I feel like they could really. I don't know. Just do something extra. Maybe like a vintage Halloween soiree is going on in the queue or the lobby or outside of it. I really want another good Hollywood Studios fireworks show. I know they're doing the projection show, they're doing the glisten thing for Jollywood, but like the Frozen fireworks and the Star Wars fireworks were some of the best nighttime spectaculars they ever came up with. And I don't know if it's because of the animal kingdom with the animals issue or what it is, but I want fireworks back there so bad.
yeah.
And I'm imagining like a Hollow Wishes kind of thing, I guess, or maybe they can delve into more of their other films that they have the
Okay.
licensing for.
Bear with me
Oh,
because
yeah.
I'm going to leapfrog off of this idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I agree with you. I don't know if there's a thing with fireworks that they can't do fireworks or something with
Yeah.
something to do with Animal Kingdom. I don't know
Yeah.
if that's true or not.
Okay, you know what? Can I say something really quick? I stayed at the Animal Kingdom Lodge last week. You could hear the Magic Kingdom fireworks out like on the savannah, and you could hear the boat parade from Magic Kingdom out there.
That's a lot.
I know.
There's a lot of stress on the animals.
That's
is
what I
I'm
was
saying.
thinking. I was like, this kind of, you
But
know.
I do
Anyways,
think.
sorry.
I do think. So
was suppressed.
here's the reality is that supposedly there is a Hocus Pocus 3 in development, right?
For real, or is that just one of those AI traps that everybody's grandma's
Facebook
posted
memes.
on Facebook?
No. So
Who posted this on Facebook, Reno? Your aunt?
No, I'm pretty sure there's somebody developing it. But so let's say that's true. Let's say it's true,
Yes.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Okay, all right.
No, well, I'm trying to tie it into reality too.
I'm
is
sorry,
that
yes.
so? If you're not familiar with how some of this stuff works, like in an industry and stuff like that,
Oh,
especially
good
like
Lord. What is this?
no, this is important. Is that like so Forky asked a question was part of
Very important.
No, this was a part of the budget
know.
of
My
Toy
son makes me
Story
watch
4.
it.
Oh, yeah.
So
Okay.
what I am about to say is
Uh-huh.
when they are filming, if they ever get that far, to Hocus Pocus 3, they need to, in the back end of the budget, have an element where we get the literal Sanderson sisters to help do a projection show at Hollywood Studios, and they celebrate the Disney Halloween stuff with, I know they have the Nightmare Before Christmas show that they do at Jollywood Nights, which I think would definitely fit just as well at a Halloween after party. I think they need to do something Hocus Pocus oriented. Take the Sanderson sisters out of Magic Kingdom because they've been there for a number of years now, so they can refresh that show.
No, I say just do both.
I know, but I mean, it used to be a different show. It used to have villains and stuff. So I think eventually they're going to have to leave there, and this way we don't lose them. I'm talking this is years off from now.
Right.
So I do agree with you that I see something, but I'd also love to see the literal version that is the actors from the movie, and it's not like look like or something. Maybe not, maybe whatever, but that's just my thinking of it. Or we do something with one of your favorites, the Trick or Treat. The Nephews, the classic animated short, and that's our
that's what I want, or the Lonesome Ghosts.
Hocus
cartoon
Pocus.
too.
I'm sorry. No matter how you stand about the sequel, we already have Hocus Pocus and the Villain Spectacular at Mickey's Not So Scary. Let's bring in something else to Hollywood Studios, shall we? Trick or treat.
Yeah, let's do that then. Well, they already have. Don't they have?
Trick or treat on Halloween.
Don't they have the? Don't they have a celebration of animation show, or is it just a celebration of movies or something like that? I think it's a celebration of all movies.
It's
of all movies, but mostly America.
I also think with your hopping off your other thing that you said, the Tower of Terror, even if you're not doing anything inside of the attraction, which you don't really need, I think how they do the projections on the outside for the holidays, I would like to see them just. It's super simple because I don't know if they used to do or something, but give me those projections like Halloween projections. So it's like lightning
spooky,
and
and
like all
bats.
that, whatever, ghosts and skeletons and bats and stuff like that. And we still do get the Tip Top Club in the same way that we have it for the holidays. But then instead of them being out there singing the Christmas carols, they're singing classic Halloween songs.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm dreaming here, and this is the point of this segment.
That's what we're here to do. We're here to dream, baby.
Mm-hmm.
I need to get real serious.
Dream
here.
big, princess.
Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
I really want them to take one of their sound stages or a vacant building and make a walk-through experience.
Yes, girl, that's
Alien.
what I was about to say. Alien. Oh,
please. If you can't partner up with Halloween Horror Nights and make an Alien Romulus or a classic Alien house ever again, then please make it yourselves at your own Halloween event at your studio's park. Thank you. That's all.
Okay, that was good.
I don't think. Well, I want to believe that would be realistic because I would absolutely love and dream of something being able to do.
They could sell
like
some great movie ride merchandise around it. I'm a sucker for nostalgic retro merchandise coming back. Just
I wish they would do not scary haunted houses at a Halloween party at Disney. I don't really know how that would work, but could you do like a funny Sanderson Sisters
type
experience?
Do one scary, one family friendly.
Yeah, or do you even do the Tip Top Club as a walkthrough?
I want them to do what they do at Disney California Adventure for the Oogie Boogie Bash in the woods over there. That's like trippy Alice in Wonderland, Cheshire Cat sort of like vibe.
That would be cool.
I also, while we're talking about the retheming of the different areas of the park, Toy Story Land has
Toy Story of Terror.
Exactly. I'd like to. How hard would it be to be like, you got a big ham cookie? Give me a big. Put them out there again. I don't care. Or make it. Put candy corn out there or something like that. I don't know. Something like that. You could do something on that Pixar Place area over there pretty easily. I think.
Yeah.
I think really just playing into like their classic library of shorts too. Like we talked about Trick or Treat, but there's also Lonesome Ghosts. We have the Headless Horseman, the Haunted House, Skeleton Dance. They could really play into that like old Hollywood approach to Halloween and still plugging their Disney Plus library.
I mean, as you can see around us too, I think Hollywood Studios, has since Hollywood Studios for the holidays has very like vintage looking decorations. It's all that the sugar babies and things like that. Easily, I mean, you can see some of the blow mode stuff that's around us while you're watching this, where it's like the classic pumpkins or witches and ghosts and all that sort of dressed up stuff. It's the same thing, so it still is staying true to the theme of the park, I think, and the theme of their next event. I want to be like, just do what you're doing for Jollywood Nights and move it over. Okay, ready for this one? Ready for this one? For the ambiance? Echo Lake. Give me some fog.
Oh, that would be nice. Yeah.
Some floating jack-o'-lanterns by Gertie. Ooh. Gertie's in a little witch hat.
Oh.
Oh my God! Instead of the Santa hat, he's got a witch hat.
Yeah.
She, whatever.
Whatever.
We got 2 female dinosaurs on Disney property.
Iconic lady.
Where are the men? Where's the testosterone?
Have you ever seen Jurassic Park?
No, I was bringing it around.
They're all ladies.
Don't you remember?
Nature finds a way. You know what I would settle for?
All dinosaurs are female.
Okay. I said this weekend. It's a crime to me that our only Halloween at Disney is at Magic Kingdom. And as a local, it is so painful because it's hard to get to the Magic Kingdom. And I'm like, unless you go to Magic Kingdom, at least like Disney Springs has like a tiny bit, and then they have the minis Hollywood and Vine lunch. That's literally it. And Disneyland gets it at DCA. They get Cars Land. They get all the Oogie Boogie decorations over there. So I know it's 2 parks, but I'm like, could we not just, I don't know, throw some fall garland up somewhere?
I'm sad we're losing Dinoland soon because I feel like that's the perfect land that they could have played up a cheesy Halloween theme really easily into Animal Kingdom. But no, I agree. There's like
nothing.
Right. That's why the Jack-o'-lantern at Tower of Terror is a big deal for me because like it's this one little year-round thing that I get to have.
Yeah, that's sad.
I mean, I in the chat, Olivia is asking, do you do anything for Galaxy's Edge? And I say, it's not Halloween specific, but I'd be like, Kylo Ren, Stormtroopers. I mean, technically he's a part of the new trilogy. Give me Emperor Palpatine back there.
Oh, yeah.
Play some of the
that
to play the
sure
storm.
Is spooky.
Play the
make it
the
dark
march,
side.
the march. Like play that music. Play it. Yeah, make it a dark side takeover.
Yeah.
Have the villains come out.
Man.
The bounty hunters are out there. They're good.
That sounds
They're
like
bad.
Star Wars
cool.
weekends too.
Come on now. Yeah. And I think lean into the
Halloween
Kylo Ren stuff.
hyperspace hoopla. Hear me out.
We're never getting that.
Trick
yeah.
or treats.
Yep.
Sign
all
me up.
treats. Man, I love that thing.
My entire personality.
I know. Can't even lie.
I just think that Hollywood Studios, I think, actually lends itself to Halloween even more than Christmas. The more we're talking about it, the more I can see it more because...
Well, if you just think about why we love Christmas decorations at Hollywood Studios, it's that mid-century classic. Just think about that applied to Halloween decorations.
Yep.
What
I
they
think
could do.
we're underthinking it too because I think we're overthinking. I mean, sorry. I know you said the thing about Muppets Haunted Mansion. I've saw that at here in... Was it here at Walt Disney World? They played Taylor Swift's concert for cast members at Muppets in the theater there. So you can change whatever's being projected pretty
That's
easily.
so
Why aren't you just playing
true.
Muppets Haunted Mansion in there?
Oh,
Yeah.
true.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's only
That's so
30
true.
minutes, right? Or is it an hour?
No, it's an hour, 70
I don't
minutes,
remember. Whatever.
70?
like
Cut it
that.
down or just play scenes from it or scenes from those classic things. But I also think in the store, then we take and put the Muppets Haunted Mansion. Make that whole area back there.
I want to sit in a
Yeah.
dune buggy with
Yeah.
Statler and Waldorf, please.
Yeah, you could. There's plenty of space back there for photo ops and things.
Somebody also mentioned in the chat, this is another Muppets idea, but they could take the Muppets and put them in Tower of Terror and do like a Tower of Terror spooky overlay with Muppets hanging around and being there. And that sounds fun to me.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to turn that down.
Yeah, I think that's
or maybe they could maybe they could play the Tower of Terror film somewhere in the park to try and
Twilight Zone.
Steve Guttenberg and Kirsten Dunst. Ever heard of it?
Oh, you're talking about that. Oh, yeah. I own the DVD
Look it up.
copy. Okay. It's I'm a pretty big deal.
I just think
me.
and then you could still do the Mickey's Hollywood and Vine if people wanted to do that for the party as well. I think that you could.
I love that, by the way. And I know you guys covered it last year, but that I think that buffet is great, and I think that the characters in their Halloween costumes and they play Halloween music in there. It's a good time. So, and you can always get a reservation. So if you're looking for a character meal and you're coming between now and the first week of November, go over there.
Yeah, I think it could be done. I think it could be. Honestly, this conversation is making me a little sad because I'm like, oh man,
This
I'd love to
isn't
see
real.
it. Okay, well, so for the last part of this, and then also obviously everybody listening and watching, we want to hear what you have to say about it. But what would we put where the Beauty and the Beast area is, since there's always a show in there? What's something that you think that we could do over there?
Ooh.
Let me think about it for a moment.
Yeah, because I mean. We got the Muppets, and they were doing like an old-timey like Christmas special or something like that.
I think we need something else.
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
No Hocus Pocus.
Halloween Town.
Yeah. Sorry, we're getting an Amazon delivery, which is exciting because it's a piece of equipment I need to be able to do the after show for. So the no, but I think maybe a show in there. Tara says it right here. I'd love to see a blackout version of Rock and Roller Coaster like they do with Space Mountain at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. But yeah, I think there's a lot of fun spooky Halloween opportunities here, and I'd like to see. I can daydream as much as I want about this potentially being something.
I have a question.
Yeah.
When is Bob's Burgers being integrated into Disney?
What if
Because
that's
Bob's
the
Burgers
show?
Halloween
What if
episodes-
that's the
there's
show?
so many Halloween episodes.
So many Halloween
and
episodes.
they could be puppets.
Yeah, because I know we have Simpsons Treehouse of Terror, but I don't know what the theme park deal is with that. With
Well,
Universal and
2028
Disney.
is when Universal
That's
at
a
least
long
has
time
it
away.
until.
So let's
yeah.
tap into Bob's Burgers, shall we?
Even better.
Please. Yeah.
But
That'd be
I'd
fun.
love to see something like that.
I feel like that'd be so easy over
Okay,
in
it
Grand
would
Avenue.
be so easy to literally just have it be one of the food booths too.
Yeah.
There, right? Like Bob, it could be Teddy with the
Bob's
cart,
Burgers.
Yeah.
and because in the movie
Teddy.
he has the Bob Burger cart.
Oh,
And that's where I'm
right.
like, yeah. So I don't know, a lot of fun stuff. I think that's actually a really great,
Sweet little
great thing.
babies.
Yeah, sweet little baby. Well, I think that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you for having that discussion with me. Thank you, everybody out here, for watching. If you are watching this on YouTube, again, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. If you click that little bell, you'll get notified whenever we are putting out new content. There's tons of stuff. It's been like 5 to 6 days a week lately. So lots of stuff and just like more to come because we're like I said, we're covering all that holiday stuff that's on the way out, more food reviews. If you missed it, this Friday we debuted a new segment that we have, which is called the Diz Unlimited Happy Hour. And in this, we are going to go around and start reviewing like the lounges on property. Do they have food? Do they not have food? Do they have signature cocktails? Is it, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of places sometimes where you're just like, it's just like basic. And I feel like they warrant a review to help you plan your vacation as well. And when you are planning that next vacation, please reach out to Dreams Unlimited Travel. You can get a free, no obligation quote today, dreamsunlimitedtravel.com. And if you're one of our Patreon supporters or interested in becoming one of our Patreon supporters, you can head over to patreon.com/DizUnlimited. I'll post the link to our Patreon after show soon. We'll get started, in a little bit following this show. I have to fix some equipment-related issues that we had from last week, but stay tuned, and you'll get a notification over there about when we are going to go live. Thank you, everybody, for your continued support. Again, for those of you out there listening, I don't forget about you. I do not forget about you. So when you got time, please rate and review the podcast. And, again, comments, like fun, daydream with us about that Halloween party. Leave us some of your fun travel tips and tricks and things that you've done to save yourself money at planning a Disney vacation, whether that's Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, whatever it is. Love to hear it. Thank you again, everybody, for your continued support. And we will be back with another episode of the Diz Unlimited podcast. Until then, remember, I don't have an outro on this show that I can remember.